Laiba Mansoor, and in this video I will be talking about my evaluation question before, which is how did you integrate technologies, software, hardware and online in this project. So I will be discussing this answer in two different parts. I will be first talking about all the software technologies and all the online technologies, and then in the latter part I will be talking about all the hardware technologies that I integrated in my project. Okay, so I would like to start off with the first software, that is Google. We used Google in order to research a little and gather all the information on a certain singer. Because our singer was Shankar Mahadevan, he's an Indian singer, we gathered all the information about him and the songs that he usually sings. They are more typically filmy music. That's one of the reasons why we chose filmy music as our genre as well, because we wanted to carry on that spirit of Shankar Mahadevan, because he is very much interested in that music. We also use Google in order to research a little about the genre as well and other singers that are related to our genre. So we also use Google in order to look at different music videos as well that were related to our genre, or we also looked at the actual music video of our song. So we were able to understand a lot more what the codes and conventions of our genre were, and what our target audience should be, and how we are supposed to, all in all, how we are supposed to build up our entire portfolio, our blog, our music video. So we were able to gather the entire help from Google. So moving towards the remaining softwares, I used various presentation making softwares. Because I made a lot of presentations in my research tab and in my planning tab, it was sort of a task that was given by our teacher as well, and I personally wanted this too, that I wanted various diversity amongst my presentations, which is why I integrated as many presentation making softwares as I possibly could. So starting off with the first one is I used Slides. I used it 2 to 3 times because I feel as if Slides is very easy to use. It's extremely user friendly. However, it does not have a lot of themes available, but I think if you're someone who's starting out the first time, I think Slides is very easy to use. It saves automatically as well, and I think it's pretty easy to embed the presentation from that to the blog as well, and it's really easy to view as well. The remaining softwares are Powtoon, Niftio, Emaze, Canva, Sway, Prezi, LinkedIn, Visme and Google Slides. These are all the presentation making softwares that I have integrated in my portfolio. However, I would like to point out a few disadvantages of each and every software. Starting off with Powtoon, I think Powtoon is an amazing software and it's very intriguing. However, when I started out and when I was making the entire video, what happened was that at the end of the video, they asked me to upgrade it. I had to pay for the entire video that I had created. If I would not, then they would take all the effects away. So I obviously did not spend on the video. So what they did, all the special effects were taken away, which is why I really don't recommend this software. However, it is a good software if you do pay for it. If you do pay for it, what happens is that there are so many effects in it. I think that this software is really good to use, and it's very intriguing as well. And if you're someone who's constantly presenting different softwares, I find Powtoon to be a really good software. However, the disadvantage is that you have to pay for it, otherwise all the effects are taken away at the end of the presentation. They don't warn you before you start, they tell you that after you're done with it. Moving on towards Niftio, this is a really good presentation making software. It has a lot of themes. However, the only issue with this is that it gets stuck a little. It's a very heavy software. When you're editing it, it does stuck a little if you're using it on like a computer on your laptop, which is why I personally think that if you have a bigger computer, then I think this won't be an issue, but I found it to be an issue on my laptop, so I just wanted to point that out as well. Sway is a really good software as well. However, if you're someone who's doing it if you're someone who's making a presentation for the first time, so on this software, I think it will be a little hard to understand because I think it's not user friendly. You have to research a little on it, and you have to you will make mistakes, but at the end, after making 2 to 3 presentations, you do understand how to use this. But for the first time, it will be a little confusing because it's not like any other presentation making software, but it's a really good software because I think that I was able to edit a lot on it. It did not have much themes, but I think once you get to know how to use it, it does become easy to use, and it's extremely easy to embed the presentation from here to the blog as well, and it's easily viewable as well at the end when you open it from the HTML. Prezi is an amazing software as well. It has a lot of themes. However, the only issue that I found with this is that Prezi Next is the new presentation making software, I believe. However, how to embed the video from this presentation to the blog was a little confusing, so I had to research it. In the help, I had to open the help tab, and over there they explained how you're supposed to embed the presentation onto your blog, which is a little confusing if you're someone who's using Prezi for the first time, but I think it's worth it because the themes are really good and it's a really good presentation making software. The presentation becomes really presentable. Visme is another really great software. However, the only drawback I found with this on my laptop was that I was not able to embed any YouTube videos onto it. For instance, if I wanted to add a YouTube video or a music video as an example, I was not able to do that because it does not have any such option. So what I did was that I just had to paste a link of the music video that I would be talking about. So that's the one drawback I found with that. Google Slides has amazing themes. However, you are not able to embed the presentation from the software to the blog. So what I had to do was that I took screenshots of it and I attached all the screenshots in a slideshow on my blog. However, because I was not able to embed the presentation from the software, I just attached the link so that it's easier to directly open the link. However, because I was not able to embed the presentation, so that's the only drawback I have with Google Slides. However, looking at the advantages of it, the themes are amazing, it's easier to use, it's very user friendly, but the only drawback is that you can't embed the presentation on your blog. Moving towards Emaze is another really great software, and it's very user friendly. It has a lot of themes, you're easily able to embed it, but for some reason, I think in my laptop, I'm not sure about others, but for me, I was not able to make a third presentation. I made 2 presentations using this, and I wanted to make a third one as well, which I wasn't able to do so because they said that I had to upgrade it to the premium levels, which is why I would have to pay for it. So that is the issue. That is the only issue I had with Emaze. Other than that, I think this is a really good software as well. However, I think that was only with my laptop. I'm not sure about it, but I will be attaching a screenshot as evidence for that at the end of. So the last 2 software that I used were LinkedIn and Canva. I find both of them to be very similar in sense of viewing the presentation. However, why I like Canva better, because I feel as if you are able to customize your presentation and you can make your presentation on the software. You don't have to make it on a Word document, on a PowerPoint document, and then upload it later onwards as we do in LinkedIn. In Canva, they allow you to make a presentation of your own and then upload it on their own site, and then you have to embed it from there to your blog, which I find is very easy because I think that it saves us a lot of time and it doesn't take a lot of space in our computers as well. It's extremely user friendly and it has a really great theme. So that is it for all the presentation making softwares that I have. I did not have any issues as such with Canva. However, with LinkedIn, the only issue I had is that I wasn't able to customize a presentation on the software. I had to make a document on Word, either Word, PowerPoint, and then I had to upload it on LinkedIn so that it could be embedded onto the blog. So that's the only issue I had with LinkedIn. Other than that, these are all the softwares that I integrated in my portfolio, and in order to make my information more presentable, this is why I used various presentation making softwares, and also to create diversity as well. So that's that for all the presentation making softwares. So moving towards the remaining softwares, I used YouTube in order to upload my final project on. I uploaded our final music video on YouTube. I used YouTube for other various things as well. For instance, in my production tab, when I was talking about all the production days, our shooting schedule days individually, I used a video in order to explain what happened on production day 2. So I uploaded that using YouTube as well. I edited that on iMovies, which is right here. I used that. However, I uploaded it using YouTube. For the footage analysis, I used Vimeo as well along with YouTube. I uploaded some of the rejected shots using Vimeo, and I uploaded all the selected shots using YouTube. So in order to create a diversity, that's why I use these two softwares, and I find both of them to be really good. However, when it comes to Vimeo, I think I didn't upload my final project on Vimeo because I feel as if people don't really use Vimeo, and it's not something that would target our audience. With YouTube, it was easier for us because many people do have an app for YouTube in their phones, which is why it becomes really easy for them to view our music video, and that was our main target, to get as many views as we could. So YouTube was a better option in order to upload our final project. Okay, so for our final project, what we did was that we edited our final project using Premiere Pro because we wanted to color correct different actors as well, and we wanted to have this option where we could dissolve two scenes together, which is included in our music video. What we did was that we attached two scenes together, and so that it would look better and it would give a more intriguing effect. So that effect wasn't available in iMovies, which is why we shifted on to Premiere Pro. Another reason why we used Adobe Premiere Pro was because in our AS portfolio we did use iMovies. So we wanted to create a diversity, and we wanted to learn more about different softwares as well. And it was also recommended by our teacher as well to add as many diverse softwares as you possibly can, which is another reason why we used Adobe Premiere Pro. Moving towards the second software, that is Photoshop. I used Photoshop in order to edit our entire digipack, the front cover, the back panel, the inside panel, and even the CD panel. I used this in order to edit that. I personally feel that Photoshop is a really good software in order to edit all the videos, because I felt this myself, was that if you have taken a picture, it does not distort the quality of it, and the picture at the end, once you save it, it doesn't get pixelated, which is one of the reasons why I really like this. It has a lot of options to edit it. I edited my front cover using this. So what I did was that I first cut the entire picture of the artist and placed it onto the canvas, and then I posterized it, and then I attached a color overlay on top of it, and then I attached another picture of the artist which was in black and white. So this shows how many options Photoshop has. So that's why I use Photoshop. I also know how to use it a little because I am the president of the Media Society, so it was comparatively easier for me to use it. However, the only drawback I find with this software is that if you're someone who's new to the media realm, then I think that you will have to learn a lot more about Photoshop beforehand, so that once you do edit, you do know a little bit about it. So I think that's the only drawback. It's not user friendly. You have to learn more about it. So the same was for Adobe Photoshop as Adobe Premiere Pro as well, that the only issue I had with this software was that I wasn't able to use it for when the first time I started to use it, it was a little confusing. So what me and Zainab did was that we went through a lot of YouTube videos in which they were teaching us how to use this software. So we took around 30 to 40 minutes before editing it. We basically researched a little on YouTube and Google as well, and then when we finally understood the basics of the software, that's when we started to edit it. And once we were doing it, we learned various things with the flow as well. We didn't know how to add transition, but we researched a little on the software, and then that's when we realized how to add various transitions and all that. So that's the only issue I have with these two softwares. Other than that, I find that these softwares are extremely good and they have so many options. So I find these softwares to be great. Oh, and one more thing, I also used Photoshop in order to edit some of the posters that I have attached onto the research tab, and also I used it to make various posters in order to make it more understandable how we were going to integrate three different cameras and how were we going to capture different shots. So I made a poster for that. So I used Photoshop for that as well, and I also used it to edit some of the pictures as well. So another software that we use is Wix.com. We use this software in order to construct our website. So this is why we used Wix.com as a platform. We personalized a music-free template by adding our chosen elements. One of the main reasons why we chose Wix is because it has certain features with anchor points connected to the header buttons. This would help the visitors get to any category by just one click on our website. It also includes a little about the artist as well, and it also includes all the list of songs that the artist has or the albums that the artist has released till now. Because this entire task was under Zainab's control, she was the one who constructed the website, and I was responsible for making the digibag, for which I used Photoshop. She was responsible for making the website, which is why she used Wix.com. But all of us as a group, we decided the elements that were supposed to go in the digibag and the website. So we sat together and we all discussed all the codes and conventions and the elements that were supposed to go in the digibag and the website all together. So the credit goes to all of us, but however, when it comes to the construction of the digibag and the website, I used Photoshop and Zainab used Wix.com. We used SurveyMonkey in order to make a survey from which we could understand more about our target audience. So that's why we use SurveyMonkey. The survey was made by Fatma Shahid, who is our group member. I was the one to decide all the questions. She was the one who made the survey, and Zainab was the one to collect the results, and she used PictoChart in order to attach all the results. However, I use SoundCloud in order to answer my evaluation question number 3. Towards the remaining parts, we used various socializing websites in order to promote our product. We used Facebook, Snapchat, WhatsApp and Instagram to promote our product on. I will be attaching a picture of that in question number 3, in which I will be giving an evidence of how we promoted our product. One of the reasons why we wanted to promote our product on social websites was because in our AS project we did not promote our product as much as we were supposed to do it. So which is one of the reasons why we didn't get enough comments and enough views. However, for this time we promoted our project. All of us individually promoted it on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat and on WhatsApp. So with the help of that, we received 400 plus views this time. However, in our AS video, we only had 180 views. This time we have 400 and I believe 420 views, which is a lot more than our AS video. So that's one of the reasons why we used various social websites in order to promote our product. Moving towards the remaining softwares, I used iMovies to edit most of the videos. I will be editing this video in fact using this software as well, and I have edited using Production Day 2 using this software. So all the videos that are attached onto this are edited by iMovies. However, our final project was edited on Premiere Pro. The evaluation questions and just general detail about our production, I uploaded some of the things in form of a video, so I uploaded that through iMovies. I edited it through iMovies and I uploaded it on YouTube, like that. So the last 3 softwares that are left are Gmail, iPhotos and iTunes. Because they were all working individually, so we were connected through all these sites as well. However, if one of us was not online, so what we would do is that we would email each other all the pictures, because we had divided the work amongst us, so it wasn't easy for us to give the presentation or the softwares or the videos just on a USB, because we live really far apart. So what we did for that was that we sent all the videos and the pictures using Gmail. So it was more easier for us to communicate. So that's one of the reasons why we used Gmail. Other than that, we used iPhotos and iTunes. I used iPhotos in order to transfer all the photos that were taken of the artist, which was me, and pictures of the child and the mother as well. So we transferred all those pictures on iPhotos first, and then we uploaded it on our blog. For iTunes, the reason why we use iTunes is because I was downloading the music. I downloaded the music through iTunes, and then I edited the music on GarageBand first, and then we attached that music onto this software. So these are all the softwares that I have integrated, in online softwares that I have integrated in my project. Now I will be focusing on all the hardware technologies that I integrated in my project. So now when it comes to the hardware technologies, we used a digital camera in order to capture all the scenes. My camera is Canon EOS 700D, which was used in order to record all the scenes that were recorded on day 1, and some of the shots of the artist as well, which were recorded on day 2. However, since we had 3 other cameras, my camera was Canon 700D. Zainab's was a Nikon camera. I'm not sure about the model, but I'm pretty sure she will be explaining that in her evaluation question. And Sabahat's camera was also a Nikon camera. I'm not sure about the model, but I have attached all the information about each and every camera onto my planning tab. However, as far as my camera concerns, I was using Canon 700D, so that's the hardware technology that I integrated into my project. So another thing was this 32 GB memory card, because we knew that we had to record many scenes for our AS project and our A2 project. So in the start of our A level, what we did was that our sir suggested us to buy a memory card that is 32 GB, so that it's not that it's easier for us to record all the scenes, and so that at the end of the day we do not have any issues regarding memory, or that we do not have enough space on our cameras. So that's why we bought a 32 GB SD card. Moving towards the next hardware software is that because we had two different laptops. My laptop was used in order to edit the Digipack, which had Photoshop in it, and Zainab's laptop was used, which is Lenovo. It was used to edit the final video on, which had Adobe Premiere Pro. Even though we did not know how to use it, what we did was that we first bought a CD of it, and then we installed it onto her laptop, which was Lenovo, and then we first looked at videos on YouTube, and then we finally started to edit it on this software. So that's that. My laptop is MacBook Air, on which I've edited the Digipack, which already had Photoshop installed onto it. Another hardware software that we integrated was absolutely essential, because we obviously can't do anything without it, is the Wi-Fi. This is Zong 4G Wi-Fi, which was used in order to upload everything on the blog. And because we did not have constant internet access with this Wi-Fi USB device, we were able to have internet access 24/7, so it was easier for us to upload everything instantly, so that nothing gets deleted. And because we were also planning and researching everything, so we had to have internet access 24/7. So another hardware software that I used was my phone, which is iPhone 8 Plus. I'm currently using this in order to record this video as well, and I also use this we also use this phone in order to take evidence of our production on production day 2, because all the 3 cameras were busy recording the artist, which was played by me. All the 3 cameras were recording the artist's performance simultaneously, so we did not have any camera to capture evidence. So that's why we used my phone, which was the evidence was being taken by Fatma Shahid during the production, so that we can add that onto our production tab. So that's it for my answer for evaluation question number 4. I will be uploading this video using YouTube, and I will be embedding the video onto my blog. So this is my answer for evaluation question number 4. Hope you like it, and goodbye.